Hello friends, my name is Lalit and welcome to the TensorFlow webinar. So today we would be discussing about how you can clear and prepare for the TensorFlow certification. So this is brief profile about me and I am a techno-functional business process consultant having 15 years of experience in different industry verticals like manufacturing, construction and apparel industry. So let me just go through my brief profile. So if you see that recently I have cleared TensorFlow certification, and these are some of my featured articles on the LinkedIn. So I have been awarded for top 5 budding data science leader awards also. Okay. And if you want, you can read my story here. These are the different articles which are published on the Insight blog. Okay. And this is one of the awards which I have won. So in this, there were 1,600 participants, and the parameters were based on competency and understanding and skill levels in the data science field, passion for becoming the top-notch data scientist, communication and articulation, and overall commitments. Okay. So this is what one of the lead data scientists, Mr. Suchit, has to say about us. Fine. And we have published some other articles on data science and AI strategy in the apparel industry. Okay. So I have given some facts about garment industry overall as a worldwide and how India is performing, some of the challenges in the apparel industry, and what are the data science and AI strategy we can implement in the garment and apparel sector. And this is my latest blog, which I have published in the Insight portal on how to complete and clear the TensorFlow certification and other certifications being as a non-coder. Okay. So yeah, so coding is not a challenge at all. And anyone can, learn the coding very easily. So you can read more about my blog and details here. Fine. So this is my brief education. I have completed, mechanical engineering and sales and marketing program in from IIM Lucknow. These are some of my certifications which I have, gathered during last 1 year. So, and these are some more certifications. This is the latest TensorFlow developer certificate, and this is my award. So now we will discuss about why TensorFlow. So TensorFlow is the deep learning framework, for the deep learning algorithms. So why it is so popular? Because, I will show you in the demo. So let's discuss live before TensorFlow, how it is, how the programming and deep learning models is written in the codes. So if you see about the deep learning, how deep learning works. So this is the neural networks, right? So we have learned it in the machine learning course. So it works as per our how the brain works. Fine. So there are neurons, there are a number of layers, and there are some activation functions, there are some losses, there are some optimizations. Okay. So similarly, these things happen in the neural networks modeling. So if I show you the coding, before TensorFlow, how the neural networks classifications was done. So if I want to classify, for example, the this planar data set. So this is a flower 2 class data set where we have to predict the labels y is equal to 0 as red and y is 1 as blue. Okay. So you can see that this is a non-linear classification for sure. And the simple, linear and logistic regressions cannot work on this particular data set. So Yeah, so we are trying to predict the shape here, and this is simple logistic regression. If we apply it here, then we can see that the classification accuracy is only 47%, and you know the blue is not classified as blue and red is not classified as red. So why the neural networks perform better is because of the its neural network architecture, and the number of layers and neurons, and the non-linear functionality of the activation functions. So we will discuss it more about. So now we are starting initializing the parameters, okay, and then there is a forward propagation loops, there is backward propagation, there is cost function. So you can see that how difficult, how lengthy the coding part, how difficult it is in the overall neural networks modeling before the TensorFlow. So when I will show you the TensorFlow, then you will see what is the difference and how life has become more easy, while using the TensorFlow and why we should use it. Okay. So fine, so let's start getting into the TensorFlow. Okay, so in our TensorFlow demo, we will cover these many data sets and cases, which is as per the TensorFlow certification curriculum. So if I show you the TensorFlow certification from the website itself, so you can go to the resources and TensorFlow certificate program, where you can review the candidate handbook. So I have already opened it for you here, and here we can see that the skill checklist, so the TensorFlow exam, which test you on these many parameters. So you have to use TensorFlow 2.x version, and then part 1, you need to learn how to build and train neural network models. Okay, and then these are some of the subcategories. Fine, so in our demo today we will see each and everything, and I will try to cover as many cases as many possible. Okay, and my job is to make you understand how easy it is, for even non-coders to start with TensorFlow with few lines of codes. Okay, so this is image classification, natural language processing, time series. Fine, so you can go through this document. Okay, and yeah, these are some of my specializations which I have done. Like, I have covered 5 courses in deep learning. I have covered this 4 courses in TensorFlow in practice. I have covered this, TensorFlow data in deployment also, machine learning on Google Cloud platform, and advanced machine learning. Okay, so let's start the coding part first. So if you can see my screen here, I will just cover some of the codes from my GitHub, which I have repository, which I have prepared during my practice. Okay, so let's start and build a very simple model. Fine. So let me just import one of the Keras package here. So I'm doing it in console as of now. Later I will show you how to do it in PyCharm and VS Code and other IDs also. Okay. So I have imported, Keras, and now I am defining a model which is having one layer and one neuron into it, and you can see. So we'll discuss what is sequential layer, what is the meaning of tens, what is units and input shape. So don't worry if you don't understand it very first time. Things will start making soon. So as I press enter, you can see that this is the model which is created. Now, if I show you, now we have to compile the model, and we will define the optimizer and the loss function. So since I am doing a regression task here, so I have taken loss as mean squared error, and I'm sure you all can understand what is MSE and MAE kind of losses. And SGD is stochastic gradient descent, and I'm just compiling it. So you can see now the life after TensorFlow, how easily I am able to define, the number of layers and the number of neurons and the input shape size in just one line of code, and how easy it is. I am able to compiling it, and no forward propagation, no backward propagation, no defining the initializing the parameters. So we'll discuss about how the TensorFlow takes care of it in the backend. Okay. So now let me define the inputs providing the data x and y. Okay, and we will try to figure out what is the relation between x and y in the through the TensorFlow algorithm. So now I'm fitting the data into the model.fit, and you can see that it is. So I have trained the model for 500 epochs, and this has created a history object. Okay, we will discuss what is history object also. Now I am predicting the my model for the value 10. So you can see it is 18.98. So how the model is able to predict it? Because it has figured out a relation that whatever input and output we have given, so it is generating a relation 2x minus 1. So for every value of x, for example 1, y is 2 into 1 minus 1. For 2, 2 into 2 minus 1, 3. So for 10, it should be 19, like 2 into 10, 20 minus 1. But you know that there are losses and it is never such accurate. And we have initialized the random parameters. Fine. So due to the MSE loss, if you see the loss here, though it is very minimal, and the accuracy is also like 18.98. So it is not 19. Fine. Let me just show you some more examples. So this is like univariate kind of data where we have taken one neuron and one shape. If I talk about the 2 by 2, the size, so how it is, how the TensorFlow can take the 2D data. So let me import some more, layers into my console, and then I will define a model. Now let me just show you what is model.summary. Okay. So if you see the summary, where we are able to see how many number of parameters the model is generating, and what are the different types of layers in which I am operating. What are the different activation functions like value, and sigmoid and 10H. So we'll discuss about what are the different activation functions, what are the number of neurons in the last number of layer, and what are the different number of classes we are trying to predict here, and why we are using the softmax function. Fine. So we'll discuss all these things in detail when we will, do our classes for you, regular classes. So now here you can see that how it is calculating the different parameters 12, 5, 16. Because 784 into 16, let me just show you calculator also. Okay. So we will teach you in our classes how you can, understand the number of parameters it is calculating. So for example, it is 784 into 16, and then plus 16 is the bias. So it is taking 12, 5, 60. Okay. Similarly, if I show you 272 parameters in this particular layer, how it is taking. So it is taking 16 into 16, okay, 256 as the number of weights, okay, plus 16 bias. So it is 272. How it is taking 170 is because of 16 into 10, okay, plus 10, 170. So we will teach you and discuss all these things in greater detail when we will, you know, you will be with us for our courses. Okay, so let me just go through. Yeah, and if you see, you can calculate the model dot weights also, because it seems like a black box, but nothing is black box. You can interrogate anything and everything into this particular TensorFlow. So if you see the shape of first layer and size, it is 784 by 16. So here it is 784 by 16, this particular matrix. Let me just highlight this also. Mm, yeah, if you see here, this particular array is for 784 by 16. Second, if you see the size of this 16 by 16, so this is, let me just clear this, 16 by 16. So this is the second matrix in the second layer, okay, and then shape is 16. So this is 16 is the bias. So these many number of parameters and weights it is creating. Third is the 10. So 10 is the number of classes, and this is the last layer, okay. So now let me just compile the model, and we can see that we can take different types of optimizers and losses, and metrics. So why we are taking sparse categorical? Because we are having 10 classes. If we will deal with two classes, we will take binary cross entropy, and if we deal with more than two classes like three and all, so we will take categorical cross entropy, okay. Now we can print, the model and model dot weights and all those things just we have discussed. Fine, if you want to see how the convolutions work and in the MNIST data set, so let me just quickly copy and paste this particular data set here, as you can see, okay. So we'll discuss more about these things, but I am just showing you how easy it is and how you can do it. Now if I fit is for the epochs 5, okay. So now you can see the my CNN model is getting trained for 5 number of epochs. So it will take around 5 minutes. So let me just explain you what it is trying to do. So we are taking 64 filters in our first convolution layer, okay, and 3 by 3 is the kernel size. Activation is value, and this 28 by 28 is the size of the image, pixel size, and 1 is the number of channels. So it is a grayscale image. If it is a 3 color scale image, we will take it as a 3. Max pooling is 2 by 2, so we are reducing the pixel size and but capturing the features of the image, okay, the main features. So if you see the max pooling in detail, in the deep learning specialization, so it is explained. Again, convolution layer, again max pooling, and now we are extracting the best features in the convolution and putting it everything into the dense layer by flattening it, okay. And then we are taking the 128 neurons in my dense layer, and then we are doing 10 as a 10 classes, and then softmax is a probability function where it will predict the uh, class based on the maximum probability. So we'll discuss more in detail in our regular classes. So now the model is being trained for first epoch is it is taking around 62 seconds, and loss is around 0.3774. Accuracy is 86%. So we are getting very quite good accuracy in our first epoch itself, but that is because of due to the convolution layer. So we are, in the initial line of code we are taking training images and training labels because we have to test, do the test accuracy also. So as you see, the number of epochs is increasing. My loss is getting decreased for every epoch, and in the second epoch it has taken 53 seconds, and accuracy has improved from 86% to 90%. Fine. So now we are reshaping the images here, because it is having the 60,000 training images in my train data and 10,000 images in my test data. 28 by 28 is the size of the image and one is the number of channels. So now we are rescaling it, because of the gradient descent and the optimizer to optimize very fast. Here we are defining the model in the sequential API class, and then we are using, tf.keras and all those things. So yeah, it is taking some time, and you have to, these are all the number of hyperparameters where you can fine tune the model and improve the accuracy. So what are the hyperparameters is number of layers, how many number of layers you have to see. Like you can see I have taken only just 2 layers, and then this is I have commented it and then flattening it. If you want to improve more accuracy, you can uncomment these lines and then write the code. Number of layers is one parameter. Number of neurons, number of filters, 64 is also hyperparameter. Activation, you have to see if you want to choose value sigmoid 10h, okay, and the number of epochs, 5. Learning rate is also one hyperparameter. Optimizer is also, hyperparameter. So these all are the things which needs experimentation for a good model to predict and avoid overfitting, so which should work on the test data as well. So in the TensorFlow test certification, you can expect, you have to build such kind of models and use hyperparameters as well as improve the accuracy. So you can see that in 5 epochs I am taking approximately 50 seconds in each epoch, and the accuracy is improved. Loss is 0.14. Fine. So you have to see, now we are measuring the test loss and on, so that we can validate it if our model is, so we are working it on a 10,000 data. So you can see that we are getting good accuracy on test also, like 91%. Fine. And loss is 0.244. So fine guys, this is all from my side for the mod, TensorFlow training. And you can see that this is the all, uh, you know, as per the TensorFlow certification exam. So, we have discussed like multi-class, build and train for binary classification, build sequential models with multiple layers. So I have shown you a very simple and basic example. Okay. So yeah, so like this, you can visit our GitHub repository and we can discuss how to access layers, tensors, different kind of, and how we can use dataset classes and all. So fine. So this is what you can do. Next, because the TensorFlow exam is on PyCharm environment, so you can see that we have prepared everything as per the exam perspective and written codes for all those different kind of scenarios like NLP classification, image classification, and LSTM, GRU. So we will discuss all those things in detail, and this everything is structured in the folder manner. Fine. So once you will enroll with us, you will definitely get access to all those things, and we will explain you each and everything in detail. Okay. And you can also see that you can use VS Code also, and we have prepared the material as per the exam perspective in the VS Code environment also. Okay. So if you want to run this file, everything would be running, as per the code. So once you are with us, you don't need to worry about anything as per your TensorFlow certification preparation. Okay. So fine, coming back to our PPT, we can cover all these things in detail. So these are some of the resources which you can, work out, like in Coursera, there is a specialization TensorFlow in practice. There is a TensorFlow to deep learning specialization. There is a book also. Okay. And these are the prerequisites since we have gone through it, but you can follow your own path. If you have done learned these skills from any other resources, then it's also perfectly fine. There is no hard and fast rule that you have to do this. Yeah, so now you can see that this model is also trained on the VS Code environment. Fine. Sorry. So yeah, good news is that TensorFlow stipend is also available, so you can apply it, and we have also got it, so you can save some of the money, like $50. Okay, and we can help you in that also. Fine. So what is coaching, guys? This is about connecting with people, and we will keep you motivating and updating you for the uh, TensorFlow certification preparation. So how I did it is, we learned, and some of the things we unlearn also while preparing, then we need to relearn and we reskill. So first of all, believe in yourself, you can do it, practice, and then patience. Okay. Deep learning is very vast, and don't lose heart if things are not working from the day one. So can non-coders do it? Yeah, because if you Google Masako Wakamiya, so she is the lady who has done coding at the age of 82. Okay, and these are some of the myths and facts that I am too old to learn programming, so there's no good time to start, because I am very big example in front of you that I have done it. So how I will remember the codes? You don't need to remember anything, because everything is in the TensorFlow documentation and Stack Overflow. Okay. Course curriculum. So this is what we are offering, for the interested student who are want to, speed up their preparation and who are targeting the TensorFlow certification in near time. So this is what we help you in, building your LinkedIn profile, GitHub profile, and we will help you in how to apply for different, and we will suggest the best practices also. Then we will do the personalized coaching and guidance for each student. This is course curriculum. We are launching our course on 12th of October. Timing is 8 to 10 p.m. And every detail is there in this PPT. Okay, so Tuesday and Thursday will be the revision class, and we will share the class link. Batch size will be 50 people. So we will provide you each and everything related to the TensorFlow certification exam. Okay. And this is the second batch for the experienced people, where it would be on a fast pace. So the timing would be Saturday to Sunday, 8 to 10 a.m. And the course would be starting from 10th of October. Again, this is the same. Every class would be recorded, and we will be providing you every resource. Okay. Now these are the general guidelines, and so we will not teach you Python, because we expect you to have, learn it from some free resources available on the net. No formal MLDL class will be there, but we will discuss about it in our classes, as and when it is required. So yeah, so students, regarding the fees payment and structure, so fees is very affordable, just 3,600 rupees. Okay, and it is for complete 3 months. So just 30 rupees per hour. Okay, so even if you give the exam, it's $100. So we are charging only 50 USD. So even if you're lucky and you get to get the stipend, then this is also like a bonus. So it is literally free. Okay, we can help you in how to get the stipend. Yeah, so this is a payment link, guys, and you can just let me just copy this, and you can go to this link and then make the registration and make the payment. This is our YouTube channel also, TensorFlow Coaching. Okay, so all the upcoming sessions and webinars would be recorded here. Okay, and yeah, this is the registration form. If you need to register yourself, and let me just open it for you. So this is the admission form, basic form. You need to fill your details and you know uh, give us the details that in which course you are applying, like regular course or crash course, or if you want to apply later, why do you want to apply certification, what time suits you for coaching. So we are running two batches, weekdays and weekends. Okay, so you need to fill this, and this is shown here. This is a payment link, and these are the queries. Okay, so you can reach us through the tensorflowcoaching at gmail.com. We have the Telegram link also. Let me just show you the Telegram. And you can contact us through LinkedIn, our YouTube channel, and then these are the important links for the registration and the payment form. Okay, so yeah, this is our uh, Telegram page. Fine, so we would be available here. And let me just show you. We have already started, getting some interest from the people. Right. Fine. So let me just open this. Yeah. So, we are getting good response from the people, and you can see that some of the people have already shown interest. Okay. So these are some of the main reasons why you want to go for TensorFlow certification and all. Because in the COVID times, you can understand that we need to upgrade our skills on a regular basis. Okay, and TensorFlow certification is definitely a good platform to get into it. Fine. So we are getting good response on this, and if you see the yeah responses, 41 responses we have got. So we have limited seats, like 50 seats only in one batch, and this is we are doing it for giving back to the society, and we are charging very minimal, very affordable also. So like this is the survey which we have done out of 41 students. So for 15% is non-coder, but no need to worry, you can learn it very easily. Experience wise, we are getting more number of freshers, like 35%, and then 0 to 20%. Okay, so this is a mixed batch, mixed backgrounds. Programming background, of course, 73% are already there in Python. Have you done? So 10% people have not done, and 90% is already done. So it is very easy to teach them also. Why you want to apply? So some of the mixed responses we are getting. Okay, but that's fine. We will help you in all those learnings. 73% people are ready to pay. Okay, and then 70% people are interested in the weekends. So we are running both batches, weekends and the weekdays. Are you committing yourself to spend? So everybody is committing, but let's see. We'll see it in our classes. Okay. So fine, guys. You can reach us through the mail, through YouTube, through Telegram, and through LinkedIn page. And these are the forms. So do let me know if you face any issues in getting registrations, getting payments, or any other things. Okay, fine. So thanks, guys. I'm just closing this session, and believe me, you can do it. You just need to focus on some of the key things, and we will help you in building all of your GitHub and all those things. So if you see my GitHub repositories, these are some of my repositories for the and this is what I have been practicing on the since last 1.5 year. So you'll not face any problem, and we have done Google certification in one attempt, and we have got stipend also. So yeah. So if you go to my GitHub profile, I have prepared already, TensorFlow repo. This is one of the repo you can just, and there are two specializations which I have updated. TensorFlow 2 for deep learning specialization. There are two courses which I have done, getting started and all. So you can see and learn if you want to explore these repos. Okay, customizing the TensorFlow. Fine. And there is TensorFlow certification practice, which I have done through the hands-on read book also, like uh, TensorFlow, okay, NLP convolution. So everything is you can get in one place, and you don't need to look here and there. Fine. So do let me know, reach me, and where I can be helpful in your TensorFlow certification journey. Okay, great. So I'm closing the session, guys. Do please provide feedback. What more we can do for you in your AI and ML journey in the TensorFlow certification. Okay, thank you.